Hi guys, and welcome to my webinar, the simple three-step blueprint to start building income online. And if you've come from one of my videos or one of my ads, this is just a continuation of that conversation. Like, I know I'm just another person showing up in your feed talking about making money online, right? But something made you click. So let's actually talk about what that really is. So right now, more than ever, people are exploring different ways to build income online, and not because it's trendy, but because things are changing and they have no other choice, right? And they're doing it using things like done for you systems, proven offers, and support. But I'm going to break this down in a way that actually makes sense. So a quick little disclaimer here, I'm not here to promise you anything. There's no guarantees, no hype. This is just information, and what you do to it, and what you choose to do with it is completely up to you. So my goal today is really simple. It's just to show you what is actually out there and what's possible, because I didn't know any of this existed not that long ago. And if you're anything like me, you've probably seen a few things online and thought, this feels a bit off, or there has to be a better way than this, right? You've probably seen things like digital marketing courses. You've seen things where you might invite two people and they invite two people, and, you've seen skincare, oils, supplements, and, it can get really confusing. So, and MLM, right? So let me reassure you that this is not that. This is a legitimate way where you can tap into proven offers that are already working and converting, and plug into systems and automation that take away a lot of the heavy lifting and tap you into mentorship and community so that you're not doing this alone. So who is this for? Bear with me. Something popped up on my screen. Okay. Who is this for? You're open and you want more time. You know something needs to change. You don't want something that takes your life. You don't want something that takes over your life. You don't want something that, you want something that actually fits into it, okay? And this is just as important. This is not for you if you're looking for a get rich quick thing, right? Or you don't actually want to change anything, because this does require you to do some things a little differently. So now let's be real for a second. Things have changed in the world, and, I can almost guarantee that you're probably already feeling it. Groceries, fuel, everything, right? And the reality is the old way of working it's not as stable as it used to be. So the question now becomes, do you adapt early or get forced to later? And I want to be really clear. Now, you might be thinking, is this just another pitch? Well, yes. I'm not going to tell you otherwise, right? But I'm going to show you how to go further with us, but only if it feels like a fit for you, okay? So my intention is to give you value first, and if it feels like a no-brainer, then you can take that next step. So I'm going to walk you through everything, okay? So here's some pictures of me. My name is Cedar. I'm a mum living in Far North Queensland in Australia, and while my life looks very different now, that wasn't always my reality. So everything I do now is about creating more time and more freedom and more choice. But I came into this the hard way, right? This is my life at the moment. Family time, retreats, the laptop lifestyle, travel overseas. But I want you to understand that I didn't start like this. I still do this alongside a job, so I don't have to work until I'm 70. So I'm nothing special. Well, actually, I am, and we all are special, but I want you to understand that, I am just like you. So I came from this before starting my business. This is what I came from before starting my business, right? I spent 5 years in Cambodia running a guest house with no super or savings. At 42, I moved back to Melbourne with my 1-year-old and a partner who couldn't work, living with my mum and relying on Centrelink. And, you know, in your 40s, it doesn't feel very good. We opened a vegan restaurant, then lockdowns hit. I went back to work and I missed time with my son, and then only to lose everything for standing my ground during the mandates. And honestly, like, that was a pretty humbling experience and humbling place to be in. And I share this because if I can figure this out, then you can too. So I've tried so many things, okay, and I just kept thinking there has to be something that actually works without burning me out. I tried a vegan restaurant, studying, food van, coaching, Cambodian guest houses, and a lot more. So what I'm about to show you today has been probably the simplest, most time-effective path I've found so far, well, ever. So all I ask of you in return is that you give me your full undivided attention. So just for a second, I want you to imagine your life 6 to 12 months from now, if things changed. What would your life actually look like if things felt different? Would you have more time, less stress, actually feeling like yourself again? So instead of overcomplicating this, I'm going to walk you through a really simple framework, okay? And this is how it's going. This is how you're going to learn. So this is what we call the simple 3-step framework. So step 1, start simply. Step 2, plug into systems and automations. And step 3, what we call the cheat code. So basically, you're going to learn how people are getting started without needing to create your own product. You're going to, step 2, learn how digital tools and automation can support you by doing a lot of the heavy lifting. And the cheat code is where you learn how mentorship, community, and structured processes can actually help you build momentum and develop your skills. So on top of those 3 steps, there's also a few extra things you're going to understand. So how to plug into something that's already working so you're not trying to reinvent the wheel. And the biggest mistakes people make starting online and how to avoid them and how to actually build this around your life and not the other way. So let's begin. Let's actually get into it. I'm going to break this down really simply. So step 1, start simple. And this is where most people overcomplicate things. You do not need to create your own product. Okay, you do not need a big following, and you definitely don't need to be techie. So the bigger the problem, the bigger the opportunity. And right now, there are some pretty big problems in the world, right? You're looking at health, toxins in our homes, what we're putting in our bodies. And if you're anything like me, you've probably already started thinking about this, about what you're eating, what's in your home, the Wi-Fi. And then there's income, right? The cost of living, all of it. So this is something that really shifted things for me. It's about understanding where your income actually comes from, because it's not all income is actually created the same. So if you have a look at this cash flow quadrant, right, this is such an eye-opener for me. So most people are operating on the left side of this quadrant as an employee or self-employed, which means you're trading time for money. There's no leverage. And if you stop working, the income stops, right? If you stop working, the income stops. But on the right side, as a business owner or investor, that's where leverage starts to happen, or leverage exists, right? That's where systems work for you. That's where income can come in even when you're not actually working. So this isn't about working harder. And I want you to get that, because most people are doing this alongside their full-time jobs. And we don't want you to work harder. It's about working smarter and actually leveraging your time so you're not trading hours for money forever. You've got two options. You can build something from scratch, or you can partner with something that's already working, right? So if you have a little look at this, your own products can take months to create, refine, and launch. There's no guarantee. There's no guaranteed demand. You're guessing what the market wants. There's high upfront costs. You're responsible for everything. There's high risk. There's no proof it will ever convert or sustain long term. Whereas with a proven product, it's a simplified starting point. It's kind of like a franchise in a sense. No need to create or test from scratch. There's existing demand. The product and the market are already validated. Reduced setup costs, systems and fulfillment are already in place, and focusing on key activities like marketing and sales. And for me personally, I didn't want to spend years guessing or trying to work it out. I wanted something that was already proven. So, build from scratch equals control plus time plus risk. Partner with proven equals speed plus leverage plus support. So I was trying to start my own nutrition coaching online business, and the further I went into it, the more I realized the dollars and the time I was going to need to spend to just even get it off the ground was not even worth the effort. And that's when I found this opportunity with systems that are already done for me. So good. So this is a big one, right? Low ticket versus high ticket, because you may have heard this around. Low ticket means small commissions, okay, and more work, whereas high ticket means higher commissions and less work. You've got fewer sales with bigger impact. And, honestly, guys, I didn't want to be glued to my phone all day. So when you look at the market, low ticket trends tend to be things like supplements and candles and oils and, digital products and things like that. They're small items, whereas the high ticket, typically premium solutions, things that people are willing to invest into because they solve a real problem at a much higher level, like houses or cars or, machinery. So step 2, this is the automation and the systems. So the automation helps take care of the process so you don't have to do everything yourself. And once you have something to offer, how do you actually find people, right? This is a question a lot of people ask. Well, how do I actually find people and make sales? This is how most people think it works. They think the answer is to chase friends and family or networking events or cold messages trying to convince people. And it's exhausting, and it's why most people quit. And this is not what it's about. This is how it actually works. You've got marketing, systems, and a process. You don't chase people. You position yourself so people come to you. You use social media to attract attention. You guide people through a process. They learn, they understand, they decide, and if it's a fit, they move forward. So there are 2 main ways to do this. You've got paid ads and organic content, and both are designed to do the same thing. They bring the right people into your world. So either paid or organic, or both. So you would have clicked on my ad, and now you are here, okay? And that is my paid advertising. I do organic as well. So, and this is where it gets really powerful, right? With your ads, you can put your message right in front of the right people consistently. Not everyone, just your people, okay? And this is how cool it is. Your people, the people that you want to be working with you. So organically, just like this reel, this is about building a personal brand. So not selling all the time, but actually connecting. So being your true, authentic self and speaking your truth instead of being a salesy product girl. Okay, you get to actually be yourself online. And this is the piece that most people are missing, the sales funnels. And this is what allows you to create leverage, because instead of explaining everything manually, the system does it for you. Okay. So people will usually go into the funnel. They have awareness, they were interest, decision, action, and then they buy. So you've probably seen an ad on social media, right? Aside from my one, but there's lots of ads out there. Something like this, the secret to fat burning. You may or may not want to click on that. That's entirely up to you. But someone sees your content, right? And they like it. So they click on your link. Then they go through a funnel. Then they watch a presentation. They book a call. And if it's a fit, then they buy. And then you earn commission from it, okay? So imagine this. Someone clicks, they watch, they book, right? So someone clicks for your link, they go through the funnel, they get sent a text message, they watch a webinar, they book a call, they get confirmation texts and emails, and the call's handled for you. This is the automation, right? So parts of that parts of that are happening like without you needing to be there the whole time. And this is where it really clicked for me. I remember the first time it really clicked for me, and I was at the airport waiting for luggage in Japan for the 50th anniversary convention, and I got a notification. A sale came through, and it wasn't because I was working right there and then, but because the system was working. And at the time, I honestly had no idea where it came from. And that's when I realized that this is different. So step 3 is the cheat code: mentorship and community. So mentorship, community, and support, because you can have the right strategy, you can have the right tools, but if you're trying to figure it out all on your own, it takes longer, it's harder, and most people quit before they ever see results, because doing this alone is hard. So we have support from some of the most qualified, incredible leaders that are not just in this space, but in the online space. And these incredible leaders right here are what we have access to. So you've got support, guidance, people who've already done it. They've started where you are now. They've started where I started. And now they're living their dream. And this is what accelerates everything. Okay, this is what shortens your timeline, and this is what builds momentum. So you get access to mentors, feedback, weekly calls, and a global community of people who are on the same path. So let's do a quick recap. You've seen why people partner with proven offers instead of building from scratch, how leverage actually works, how systems and automation create freedom, and how this model can scale. And again, just imagine you have a proven product, done for you systems, a sales process that's already built, a team supporting you, and a global community around you. And when you combine that with the right model, that's when everything starts to scale. So what if instead of figuring everything out on your own, you could shorten your learning curve by plugging into what already works? Would it make sense to at least explore that further? So what we've done is partnered with a company. This company has been around for over 50 years. They're focused on health and wealth and environment, and with a product that people use every single day. And this isn't a trend. This is long-term, and in this really aligned with me because I was already looking at health. I was already looking at low tox living and what I was bringing into my home. And when people ask, like, is this saturated? Is the market saturated? The answer is no. This market is still growing globally and the opportunity is still absolutely huge. So I'm going to keep this really simple, right? This is how we make money and how the basic commission structure works. So this is a product-based commission structure. You get paid when products are sold. So around 5 sales equals roughly $15,000. 11 sales equals around $45,000. And 21 sales equals around 100K. So on this slide, you can see the basic commission structure. So the example shown here is based on product sale commissions with prices listed in Australian dollars, and it's illustrating how commissions can grow from 1A through to 6A. So everybody starts at 1A and you receive 1 point of commission. See the black bit of the pie there? Now, as you make sales, you move up and you rank up, what we call. So when you go to 2A, you receive 2 times the commission, which is basically double, okay? And then 3A, you get 3 times the commission. 4A, 4 times the commission, all the way to 6A. Now, then there's only 2 points of the pie left. Now, we teach you a little hack where you actually can earn all 8 points of the commission. So nobody else gets commission. You get all of the commission. And this is what I love about this business. So I also want you to understand that there is further in-depth training on this compensation plan. So I know it can feel overwhelming. So this is where it gets practical. This slide is showing one example strategy using what we call the quad stack. So you buy an Anespa and then you actually sell yourself a K8, an Ukon, an N-Guard, and what that can look like in commissions to your own sales, for commissions for your own sales to yourself, you receive around 656 in immediate commissions to yourself. Your first 5 quad sales in your organization, you'll get $15,700 in commissions. And then your next 6 quad sales, so 11 quad sales in total, will be $45,530 in commissions. And then another 10 quad sales takes that to 21 quad sales total, which is where the slide shows roughly 100K in commissions in total. So it also notes that this company pays out over 57% in commissions to its distributors. And so this is why strategy matters. It's not just about making sales. It's about understanding the model, the structure, and how to position yourself properly from the beginning. So then you can receive all 8 points of commission, as I mentioned before. So here's a clearer look at the numbers. Depending on your level, your commissions increase, as I mentioned earlier. So you don't need to memorize this, just understand. The more you build, the more it scales. And this gives you a little bit of an idea of your commissions when you come into the business with a single product, which you can, and you'll make $400. Whereas you come in with a quad, then your commissions go up considerably. Or if you come in on a fast track, then your commissions go up considerably. And over time, there are different levels and bonuses and monthly income potential. And this is where it really excites me. And this is what we're all working towards, because people are doing this. People are achieving this, at least weekly, right? And when you get to 6A, which is the first block just here, you receive a one-time title achievement bonus of $3,000. Now, where I am, just to give you a bit of context, I am currently one sale away from 5A. So I'm very close to achieving this, and it's very, very exciting. So when you go to 6A2, you start to receive bonuses. And then the more you go up, when you get to 6A2-3, that's where you start to receive passive income regardless of the work you do, almost. So you receive $5,000 monthly plus other incentives. So it's a minimum of $5,000 monthly for life. Yeah, that's pretty good. You also receive $25,000 reward for one time. And then as you go up, as you can see, the incentives increase, the monthly incentives increase. So you get $10,000 monthly, $15,000 monthly, $20,000 monthly. Now, one of the top leaders in this organization has actually just reached 6A2-7, and there is not one here, but it does exist. He's actually gone past. So this is what's available to you guys, and this is what is willable to your children. And it's so incredible. And I know so many people who have made it to 6A2-3 and beyond, and it is so exciting and so empowering. So, but information alone isn't going to change anything, right? You can watch this entire training and still stay exactly where you are, because knowing is not the same as doing. But when you bring these all together, a proven offer, the right systems, the right support, that's when everything, I guess, starts to click, right? So you don't have to figure this out alone, build everything from scratch, or spend years making mistakes, just like I did, because this is already being used by people, by thousands of people across different backgrounds, building income in a beautiful, beautiful way. So the real question is, what would actually change for you if you had the right support? So here's exactly what you get, okay? You get given the exact strategy, tools, and resources to build a successful online business from the ground up, so that you can start an online income stream without previous online experience and without quitting your current job. So this is what you're going to get, okay? These are the next steps. You'll get a business breakthrough discovery call, and this is valued at $99, okay? This is valued at. Keep going. Stay with me here, because it's going to be not that much. So this is valued at $99, and this is where we look at where you're at, what you want, and whether this is actually the right fit for you. You'll also get behind the scenes discovery process, also valued at $99. And this helps you understand what this actually looks like behind the scenes, so you can make an informed decision and see how the business is structured. You'll get training. This is where you start learning the foundations of how this works online, marketing, positioning, systems, and what you actually need to build properly. It's our whole education and training hub. So you'll get access to the training hub and education hub, valued at $2,497. And this is where ongoing learning, training, and support lives, so you're not left trying to figure out it all on your own and piece it all together. You'll get access to the live support chat, valued at $147. So when you have questions, you're not stuck. You've got the support like right there when you need it. You'll get weekly feedback and community calls, valued at $197. So you can keep getting support, keep learning, keep refining, and stay connected to other people who are on exactly the same path. You'll also get access to our funnels, our systems, and webinars, valued at $79. And invitations to the best events globally, which the slide here lists as priceless, and absolutely is. So again, like, this isn't just information, it's the actual ecosystem around the business. And these are some of events that I have been to. So altogether, that's over $5,000 in value, okay? Since you've stayed with me this far and are clearly ready to take action and change your life now, your price today is $0. You're not going to pay anything. So if all this did was help you build flexible income, give you more freedom, and connect you with the right people, do you think it would be worth it? So we've seen incredible results from people in this space, from all different backgrounds, different stories, different starting points, but all making use of the same model, the same systems, and the same support. So take Jess Zalooms. She was working in PR whilst doing low ticket networking, okay, which I talked about earlier. She was in a marketing company. She was able to quit her corporate her corporate job 5 years ago and be an ambitious mum and give her hubby time off as well. Brooke, she's a homeschooling mum that found this space in the depth of her motherhood slumber. She's been able to work 1 to 2 days per week whilst being a fully present mum. And Clint started as a personal trainer after a failed gym venture and back home living with his mum at 32. He got started with the offer we recommended and everything changed. And now he's a present dad. He owns a retreat space in Australia, had the freedom to take time off when his brother passed, and he lives on his terms. It's so cool. And these are just a couple, guys. These are just a couple. There are so many hugely successful people that have just completely turned their life around, and they started exactly where you are right now. So if this has resonated with you and you're even just a little bit curious, then click the link, book a call, and we'll just have a conversation. No pressure and no expectations. And we'll see if this actually makes sense for you. Okay, so your next steps, click on the link below, log in to book your discovery call, and then complete the discovery process, and you'll get so many amazing insights into where you actually are and where you want to be. So if this makes sense, if it resonates, click the link, book the call, and see you on the other side. Bye.